I know you're looking for clues to my identity. I am divine.
You look at me and judge me and hate me, but why? Is it the coffee that cloaks me?
Please let me stress
My pride in this spot.
the sister's plight, the brother's fight, the goal to do right every day, every night.
If you just don't like
First
it,
of all, let me
spit.
explain.
Now that I got your attention, there's a few things I got to mention. Let's start with the Bible's interpretation.
Writing is a natural healer and only gets realer. Even politicians and religions rhyme sometimes connect like
very strong, and the language fill the ear all day, all night long. And the language.
It was way down in the nights. Some youths were under the street lights.
Lord, give me the strength and the way to see past this black rain. Give me your hand and keep me sane. Don't make me wait for your love in vain. And flip on the switch. Look around, you notice you're in the ditch. Climb your way free. You must be the warrior that God chose. Now look for others like you. And no clue what you do, but you do. Set the lions free. Destroy this concrete
Your home
zoo.
is nightmare in the flesh. Shadow of fire, everything I touch turns to dust. Crush dreams with the blink of an eye. Dreaded correlation, the eye and eye. No stopping, but always surviving. Stop time with the twist of my wrist. In my hand, I hold a chrome mic.
Soon after language came oral art forms, history passed on word of mouth. Rhythm, theatrics, inspiration gives birth to Shakespeare, Whitman, and Angelou. Once the tool of intellectuals and academics, poetry today is also urban, forceful, slamming. Poetry again has found a new home and a new voice.
I am a poet. I am a poet, and I like to express.
Sentiment shared by all who are blessed. They came to the green room to hear and be heard. A poetry slam for those with a word.
And the language had a message, and the message had a dance. Dance was a set of movements where you shake, jump, and prance.
And now my soul can ascend towards the sun. My thoughts descend towards the earth as the whispering wind, teaching the traits of transcending sin.
Never lost on those who hear and write, ever ready to take up the fight? They're career counselors, artists, and fathers. A mayor's daughter who wants it right.
Well, I write about where I'm at. I mean, that's the bottom line, you know? I mean, if I feel like I'm angry at somebody's politics or the state of politics today, and that's how I choose to write, then I definitely I do that.
It served as an avenue for me to just express what I was feeling or what I couldn't understand or what I was dealing with, and those were the moments when I actually started writing poetry, and it would just flow from there.
A lot of the social content of my work is based on the experience of being a black person in America. You know, and it may be like bringing you into an issue and having you see it close up, face, you know, right in your face.
Rules and regulations, Jim Crow and segregation, token elevation, redundant shitty situation, police infiltration, designer label exploitation of adolescent.
The poem I wrote from being a teacher and interacting with 12 and 14-year-old boys especially who don't have any clue about life, and they think they do, and they don't. They can't even imagine being 30 years old. So that the frustration of trying to reach them is where the poem came from.
Scared police decide our fate. Uncle Sam designate our Black History date. So for one whole month, we'll discuss their hate. And when we say justice, they say, wait.
When I first became conscious, and when I say that, I mean I'm conscious of my culture and my all the things that have happened to my people, from slavery to Jim Crow to sharecropping and all those other things, I was very angry. And a lot of times when you're angry, you don't focus right. And so I think that was a way, rather than stopping everybody and venting my anger to them, you know, and maybe in a way that I didn't, that would just be off the top of my head, I found that I could put that into my poetry.
We fit the description. The description that says, hold that pocketbook close to your breast. And policemen only aim for the head and chest. it was dark. He was dark. There wasn't much light. And though the hate impaired my sight, I thought he might. So I shot him.
This piece is called 50-50 by 2020. It's a slogan to have representative equality of 50% women and 50% men in the Senate by the year 2020. And it's also like a rallying cry to have minority representation among elected officials. That poem is my kind of reflection on me as a young woman and trying to decide how I want to affect my community through public outreach. 50-50 by 2020 is a fairy tale of representative equality. 50-50 by 2020 sounds like gospel music. I can hear centuries of struggle in one solitary singer. I can hear chain gangs and spirituals. I can hear pain and glory. I'm taken away with its melody. And now I'm singing for my salvation, and I don't even know if I believe because I get all caught up. Maybe one day when I'm all caught up, I'll find the true meaning of 50-50 by 2020. 50-50 by 2020 is only 5 congressional and presidential elections away.
This poem is entitled Invisible Man, and it was inspired by working in the Board of Education, working in the high schools. Invisible Man is about the students who are either economically disadvantaged and they don't think college is attainable for them, or they have teachers that don't seem to think that they're worth the effort. All they see are images on TV of rapping and thugging, and you gotta have this to look like this, and you need this to be this, instead of telling them school is free, and if you study hard, you can make it. And it's about those children who are feeling this rage and this anger that they can't achieve anything, and nobody seems to see that they're angry. Everybody seems to think that they're content with where they are, and that's what Invisible Man is about. I see an invisible man in an invisible cage. He can't see his way out, so he just shouts for someone to open the door and unlock the rage in his invisible cage. At times, he feels helpless. My poetry says that I am conscious of what's going on around me, but he sighs. It's all the same. I'm an invisible man in an invisible cage. No one can see my rage.
Slam trappings include judges, sponsors, and hosts, winners and drinkers, MCs and DJs. But it's the poets who are the most.
I'll see you somewhere, someday again, and you'll look in my eyes and you'll know that the distance between us enhanced us as friends. Clear the air, clean the sky, wash the wind, kiss goodbye.
In my hand, I hold a chrome mic. All talk is irrelevant. Stare down the barrel of my 9. I guarantee you see dead presidents, one and infinite. Who wanna battle me? Your whole platoon to end up with nameless casualties. Pack verbal weaponry that'll push competition to the back of me. They asking me who's the hottest MC of all time. Of course it's me. Uncensored if I change your rhyme. I rewrite history instantly. Remember me, the one you got your whole style from. Stick to what you know, cause I got this locked. Once I get on, and you taking my spot. Drop everything for my gift. Catch me on the mountain top, me my pen and pad.